The older I got, the more I drank. Nothing really mattered, it was just a laugh. What would you do if you weren't scared of anything? It sounds like an easy question, but it's not. Fear's good. Fear makes you stop and think. Well, I'd done all of my stopping and thinking. I wasn't stopping now for anyone or anything. Once I'd had a belly full of beer, I felt 10 feet tall and indestructible. I'd do anything. Stay up all night drinking, then wag school and sleep all day. No one cared. It was fun. And then, just when I was starting to feel like I'd got everything cracked, school was coming to an end and I'd got to think about my future, which was weird because I'd never really considered having a future. My easy pals went their separate ways and I was alone. Alone's a tricky place to be when you're an addict. When you're alone, the voices in the back of your head telling you terrible things get louder and louder. The things that you can normally block out when there's a room full of people laughing and joking just won't go away.
Of course, they're running away. Why would they want to stay with you? They'd have stayed if you weren't so boring and pathetic.
Thoughts like that all the time, getting louder and louder until you feel like your head's going to explode. And the worst part about it is that little voice is yours. Because I'd spent all of my time chasing the joy, I hadn't really considered what I was going to do with the next bit. So I ended up getting a job in a local supermarket. It was boring, but it was all right. I met a girl, Sally. I'd had girlfriends at school, but nobody like her before. She was clever and funny, and for some reason, she seemed really interested in me. On our breaks at work, we'd just go for a little walk and just chat. It was heaven. I made another group of mates at work, and like most workplaces, we went to the pub. Every Friday and Saturday night, we'd go out, we'd all have a skinful, and it was fantastic. And I was the life and soul of the party again. Every weekend, out on the lash, without fail. Everybody was doing it, but not everybody was an alcoholic. Their brains don't work like mine. They were waking up in the morning and thinking, oh God, I'm never gonna do this again. I was waking up in the morning and reaching for a cheap bottle of vodka to swig before my breakfast. My brain just works differently. Let me tell you a secret it took me a lifetime to figure out. Fear tells lies. It waits for you to be vulnerable, alone, and then it fills your head full of nonsense. Sally started to get worried about me. Being an addict is a hard thing to keep a secret from people who you spend a lot of time with and who care about you. I tried to hide it from her because I was convinced that if she found out that I was an alcoholic, she'd leave me and never look back. That was fear again, telling me lies. The first time she confronted me about it, I went berserk, screamed at her, shouted at her, told her, if that's what you think of me, you can go and get lost. Again, that was fear, building me a trap.